Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Showcase on Dark Souls 3. Now I think I got this all laid out right. Yes, today's a staff. I already did 2 bows. Tomorrow I'll do a crossbow. And then I'll do some of the last few weapons I have left. So there we go. I got my order. Bow, staff, crossbow. I'll keep doing this till I have run out of one of the categories. So yeah, I think that's pretty much how I'll do it. Yes. Now, moving on to today's item. I am not a magic user. Never was. Even in the original Demon Souls. I tried it first, got quickly sick of it, then went to immediately a big weapon to swing at my opponents. So, today's weapon is the Sorcerer's Staff. Yes, the Sorcerer's Staff. The flimsy, frail person who whips spells at everyone. Or something mixed in between. But the description of this weapon reads, staff used to cast sorceries. A common catalyst given to sorcerers in the Vilheim Dragon School. Is that still a thing? Is that like a thing from the first Dark Souls? The Vilheim? Whatever. Continues with the tutorial of equip the catalyst to use sorceries. Sorceries must be attuned at a bonfire before use. At least not like the bow and arrow descriptions. Anyway, the special move is a steady chant. Boosts the strengths of sorceries for a very short period. Works equipped in either hand. Alright. So it's kind of like a war cry, except for sorceries? But we can assume that anyway. But yes. In terms of using sorceries, I have at least olive on me, and I have average stats, but I just don't use them very often. But no matter. Now, visually, it might make some people mad, but this is just a stick. It's a stick with a special name. Maybe a bit of gripping on it, a bit of a tape on it. But it's a stick with a special name. It's not even a club. It's a stick. That's all it is. The only thing different between this and a staff is its name. But enough with the names. Going on to stats for the Sorcerer's Staff. Physically, well, we got very poor physical damage, but that's to be expected. It's not exactly a clubbing weapon. Can't bonk someone over the head and expect them to keel over. But however, the spell buff is significant. 140. Most of my miracle chimes barely get to that, so that's actually quite decent. Moving on to achieve bonus. I'm not sure if bonus really has much to do with this, but you get E for strength and then a B for intelligence, which since this is mainly for sorceries, is good for intelligence. True requirements, you need 6 strength. Why do you need strength? I'm not too sure, but you also need 10 intelligence, which makes sense. So yeah. Then we got the Steady Chant, which takes 7 FP to use. It's alright. We'll see how long it lasts. Then the way the weapon is 2.0, which I don't really get why it's 2.0. It can't be that hefty. It's just a lump. It's a string of wood or a length of wood. Going on to the upgrades and the animations. The basic attack is again the spell. The power attack is a harsh clubbing over the head with a stick. Then we got the Steady Chant, which our weapon clearly glows blue. So is a dead giveaway in most PvP. And against opponents, it might be alright. It seems long enough to cast a few sorceries with it, but it quickly dissipates before you know it, as you see there. Now let's go on to upgrading this. Again, I'm not sure. This to me makes less sense upgrading this than anything else. But when you upgrade it, not really imply that you get a lot of damage, but you get a bit of spell buff out of it, making your spells slightly stronger. The attribute bonus, both attributes go up by 1, which strength goes to D and intelligence go to A. Again, I'm not sure what really means anything in the end. But oh well. You can go to S, but a lot of fucking good that does you with the bonus damage you get out of it physically. You're only here for the spell buff. We do get a decent amount of spell buff out of this in the end. It's pretty good. Because right now we're pushing the final upgrade and we got 156. The final upgrade only yields 1 more, which I can't say is worth it. But there you have it. Now going for other spell buffs, is it in terms of being strong, it pretty much matches now the easiest staff I have in terms of stats. So, performance. I am not too sure how this is going to go about. I'm even less sure about this than I am with any of my bow and arrows I try to use. So I used a Soul Spear for sake of damage. You can see there I did 274. Let's try this spell chant, and then let's do this again. And 310. Alright. So give or take, we're getting close to 40 to 50 damage increase, which is significant when it comes to your spells, because you're using up a lot of FP doing this. Again, not sure how this all goes about, but since Dark Souls 3 goes about having a mana bar instead of spell use, they're a bit nerfed in my opinion. But oh well. In terms of clubbing someone on the head, it's incredibly ineffective, as we can see here. I'm not sure why this is even a thing. I'm not sure why it's even here. Clearly you don't want to do this to anyone, you just want to dodge. But whatever. Against the Gargoyle, again, rely only on your spells. The spells is not bad. I have, in case no one was paying attention, I do have 31 in terms of my skill for spells. So, for a person who relies only on spells, this is actually a small number. You'd have more 50 to 70. But oh well. But, in the end, it's still pretty decent. But even with guarding, goes through a shield bit too. Well, that's my soul spear. Then we move on to the Black Knight. Now, they're not resistant to magic, but still they move a lot quicker than I do and like to use that shield of theirs. This could be a little difficult. Now, I probably will take other moves and try them in the future, but for the time being, I will probably just keep using the Soul Spear for its firepower. Because using the Soul Dart is quick and all, but it's rather not very powerful. So even with his shield up, I still do get my full damage buff. You know, he blocks it, my steady chant. Yeah, I think a steady chant also increases damage, yeah. That's only doing around 60, I think. Yep, there you go, you saw right there, side by side. So steady chant even improves the overall physical damage. Interesting. And I died again. Splendid. Let's move on to the pros and cons of the Sorcerer's Staff. On the pro side, well, the special seems pretty neat, pretty nice, adding an extra bit of damage both physically and magically. And it's easy to acquire. Yeah, since it's pretty much your starting staff, if not very near the very beginning of the game. So yeah, on the cons, however, it's lacking damage. The spell buff isn't particularly that great considering some of my staffs start at that spell buff it was finished upgrading at. And the special, even though it's helpful, is incredibly short-lived. So yeah, I think it covers all the cons, I think. Now for score, I had to change it slightly for this and the crossbow to accommodate their nature, since it can't be scored entirely the same way as every other weapon. So, first score for the Sorcerer's Staff. Damage gets a 3 out of 10. It was pretty shit. The buff, I'm going to give it a square 5 out of 10. It's neither good nor bad. Bonus, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. I'm not sure how bonus, I'm going to learn later on how bonus plays into all of this, but the bonus of this weapon is particularly very bad. Miscellaneous, a 3 out of 10, because when I look at other staffs, this one, you will not use this one very long. No. So in total, the Sorcerer's Staff gets 13 out of 40. Yes, that is bad. Yes, it's below 50%, so it's bad, but it's kind of expected because of its nature. But oh well. So there you have it. The Sorcerer's Staff, or a fancy stick, so all it really amounts to me as it is, isn't very helpful in the end. No real surprise. But there's other staffs out there that have different effects. Though in the end, I'd probably still rather take a sword and callus than actually use a staff. But that's my choice. Your choice could be very different. Maybe you are more of the magic type. Not that I run into very many of them, but no matter. That's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there.